Insomnia is a parasite. It eats your energy, your focus, and your grip on reality. It was 4:15 a.m. My eyes were burning, but my brain was completely wired. I was just lying there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, listening to the rhythmic clicking of the fan. When you can't sleep, your mind turns against you. The silence gets so loud, you inevitably look for the nearest escape hatch. You crave anything to break the loop. I rolled over, grabbed my phone off the nightstand, and unlocked it. The sudden, sterile white light was agonizing. It physically hurt my eyes, cutting right through the pitch black. Even though the blue light strains your eyes, it serves as an immediate tether out of the dark physical room, pulling you into a detached digital void. I avoided social media. I didn't want to see other people living. Instead, I swiped over to my home screen. I have an automated memories widget that pulls random photos from your gallery and generates little slideshows. On this day, it read, "This is a photo from a road trip 3 years ago, the Grand Canyon. Bright orange rock and deep blue sky." I tapped the widget, and it started playing a montage set to a soft piano track. The visual was incredibly vibrant, bursting with sunlight and open space. It stood in sharp contrast to the suffocating, oppressive darkness pressing in around the phone. These automated slideshows are incredibly effective at grounding you. Watching that past version of myself, I felt entirely removed from the present. The curated nostalgia creates a sense of detachment, making the actual four walls of the bedroom feel like they've disappeared. The slideshow transitioned from a campfire to my dog. Then the cheerful piano music abruptly stopped. The screen cut to absolute black, plunging the physical room back into heavy darkness. I assumed the app had crashed and tapped the screen to bring up the menu. Instead, a tiny white progress bar appeared at the top. The black screen proved to be intentional. It was actually the next image in the reel. I never take photos with the lens covered. I held my thumb on the screen to pause it, dragged the brightness slider down from the hidden menu, and pushed it up to 100%. Trying to force out any detail hidden in the digital noise. The black pixels washed out into a grainy, dark gray. Geometric shapes slowly emerged, vertical lines on the far left and right. Sitting directly in the center was a large, slightly out-of-focus rectangular mass. The mass in the center was my bed. The photo had been captured inside my room in the dark, but the angle ruled out the nightstand or the doorway. The camera had been positioned somewhere highly specific. The vertical lines framing the photo matched the wooden louvers on a folding door. I lowered the phone and looked straight across the shadows, staring directly at my sliding closet doors. The photographer had been standing inside my closet, aiming right at my bed. I pulled up the hidden image data, expecting it to show a timestamp from years ago. Instead, it read exactly 24 hours ago, 4:15 a.m. yesterday. My thumb slipped off the screen, and the memory widget forced the next slide to load. Another photo from inside the closet appeared, but this one had been heavily magnified to focus entirely on my sleeping face. The slideshow shifted again. The camera pointed straight down at the closet floorboards. Standing there on the hardwood were two emaciated, unnaturally pale, dirt-covered feet. Someone was inside the closet last night, holding my phone and documenting their hiding spot. The automated algorithm had stopped curating my memories and was now presenting a 24-hour surveillance log instead. The tiny white progress bar inched forward, reaching the absolute edge of the screen as the widget generated the final image of the reel. I looked at the timestamp on this final photo. It didn't say yesterday anymore. It said just now. I stared at the image itself. The camera was no longer inside the closet. The framing wooden slats had completely disappeared from the borders. It was a photo of me lying in bed, awake, staring back at my glowing phone. The angle was from the foot of my mattress, looking directly down at me. The phone was no longer showing me the past. It was a live feed of the exact millisecond I was living through. I slowly lowered the device. I looked past my blankets toward the end of the room. The slatted closet doors in the shadows were standing wide open. I never heard the doors open or footsteps approach, yet standing just inches from my feet at the edge of the mattress were those exact same pale, dirty feet from the photograph. The room remained dead silent until a crisp, mechanical snap cut through the air. A smartphone camera shutter fired from the darkness right above my feet. A blinding burst of an LED flash exploded from the foot of the bed, violently illuminating the absolute darkness. The boundary between the screen and the room was gone.